January. On January 17th, the Parker Solar Probe, launched on August 12, 2018, for the purpose of studying the Sun and its stellar wind, will reach the perihelion of its 7th orbit and then head to Venus, which it will fly over on February 20th to receive a gravitational assist. During the 7-year mission, the spacecraft will move closer and closer to the Sun, with the final 3 passes bringing it within 7 million miles of the surface in 2025. February. Robotic probes from 3 different nations will arrive on Mars in February, each representing a milestone in the exploration of the Red Planet. On February 8th, the Hope probe, launched by the United Arab Emirates on July 19th, is scheduled to enter into Martian orbit. If successful, it will be the first scientific mission in deep space led by an Arab nation. The probe, developed in collaboration with the University of Colorado Boulder, is designed to be the most comprehensive weather satellite ever sent to Mars. On February 11th, it will be the turn of the Chinese probe Tianwen-1, launched on July 23, 2020, to enter orbit around Mars. A mission that has already made history by ejecting last September a small camera capable of photographing the spacecraft during the trip. On April 23rd, the Tianwen-1 will drop a lander that will rest on the sands of Utopia Planitia near Viking 2. In turn, the lander will release a rover. Instead, the Mars 2020 mission will arrive on February 18th, consisting of a large rover, Perseverance, that will descend to the shore of the Jezero crater, which was once a lake. Perseverance will conduct extensive chemical investigations to look for chemical evidence of Martian life and prepare rock samples instead to be collected and brought back to Earth by a joint NASA-ESA mission within the next decade. March. On March 3rd, the OSIRIS-REx probe will begin its journey back to Earth with samples taken from the asteroid Bennu last October. In the meantime, India's lunar dreams will continue. At the beginning of the month, the Indian Space Research Organization is expected to launch the Chandrayaan-3 probe towards our natural satellite. The mission, consisting of a lander and a rover, will be carried out in collaboration with JAXA, the Japanese space agency, and will explore the polar regions of the Moon to identify deposits of water ice. On March 25th, Boeing's CST-100 Starliner capsule is expected to perform its second unmanned flight test. SpaceX's Crew Dragon, the Starliner shuttles, are expected to provide NASA with transportation of astronauts to and from the space station. April. It is not to be excluded that on April 12th, in conjunction with the 60th anniversary of Gagarin's feat and the 40th anniversary of the first shuttle mission, SpaceX's Crew Dragon shuttle will be launched to the International Space Station, carrying NASA astronauts Shane Kimbrough and Megan McArthur, Japanese astronaut Akihiko Hoshide, and ESA astronaut Thomas Pesquet. On April 23rd, the Chinese probe Tianwen-1, orbiting Mars since last February, will drop a lander that will descend into the sands of Utopia Planitia near the site where Viking 2 rested. In turn, the lander will release a rover intended to explore the surrounding surface. June. Not having certain dates, it is typical of China not to make them official, if not a few days before the launches. We believe that June is the most probable month for the launch of Tiangong, the first Chinese modular station. With a mass between 60 and 70 tons and a pressurized volume of 110 cubic meters, capable of hosting 3 taikonauts at a time, the station will be composed of 3 different modules, which once assembled will have a T-shape, like the Soviet Mir station. July. On July 22nd, Vega C, the new European light launcher, almost entirely produced in Italy, will make its debut on the astronautic scene. It will depart from the base of Kourou in Guyana and is expected to put into orbit Laris 2, a satellite of the Italian Space Agency for laser tracking. Also on July 22nd, but from Vandenberg, California, it is expected that a SpaceX Falcon 9 will bring into space for NASA the first real mission of planetary defense, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, intended with a controlled impact to verify the possibility of diverting the orbital trajectory of an asteroid at 10 million kilometers from Earth. The DART probe will fly into a double asteroid and in October of 2022 will crash into the smaller one, a 160-meter wide rock called Dimorphos, attempting for the first time to measurably change the path of an asteroid. In July, the lunar lander Peregrine from the private U.S. company Astro Robotic Technology should also launch from a Vulcan Centauri launcher. Peregrine is designed to send payloads into lunar orbit and onto the Selenian surface. The payloads can be installed on or under shelves, inside or outside of their designated accommodations, and can remain docked to the lander or be released into space, based on customer requirements. On this first mission, it will carry 11 instruments that will measure radiation levels on the lunar surface in the Lacus Mortis basaltic plain towards the North Pole. August. On August the 11th, ESA's probe Bepi-Colombo will perform its second flyby of Venus, passing within 1,007 kilometers of its surface. It will then head towards its final destination, Mercury, where it will make its first grazing pass at about 200 kilometers on October the 2nd. October, a month of extraordinary content. On October 1st, the Luna 25 mission is scheduled to launch, marking Russia's return to robotic exploration of the moon after more than 4 decades. Luna 25 is a lander that will have as its main task to test how to land inside the Boguslavsky crater near the lunar South Pole. On October 2nd, ESA's Bepi-Colombo probe will fly over the surface of Mercury at an altitude of 200 kilometers. On October 11th, the SpaceX Falcon 9 is expected to carry the Nova C lunar lander, Mission 1, designed by the Intuitive Machines company, into orbit. Initially scheduled for July, the expedition will carry several scientific payloads, including Asagumo, a small rover shaped like a 4-legged spider. Remarkably, after landing, the lander is able to reposition itself by performing a vertical takeoff and landing again. Intuitive Machines and Astro Robotic are the first 2 private companies to which NASA has awarded its first commercial contracts to bring small and medium-sized payloads to the lunar surface. Axiom's AX-1 mission, bound for the International Space Station aboard SpaceX's Crew Dragon vehicle, is scheduled to launch in October at a date still uncertain. Note, this mission will not include actor Tom Cruise, who on the ISS was supposed to shoot some scenes for his upcoming movie. At a still undetermined time between October 16th and November 5th, will kick off Lucy, a NASA mission primarily intended to visit in 2027 the so-called Trojan asteroids, located at L4 and L5, the Lagrangian points of Jupiter's orbit that precede and follow the planet by 60 degrees along its orbit. These objects have been trapped in their positions for billions of years, probably since the time of the formation of the solar system. First, it will touch down at the L4 point, after which Lucy will return toward Earth, where it will use a gravitational assist to reach the Lagrangian L5 point, which orbits 60 degrees back in the Jovian orbit, where it will visit the Trojan binary 617 Patroclus. During the trip, the probe will also fly over 52246 Donald Johansen, an asteroid in the main belt named in honor of the discoverer of Lucy, the Australopithecus fossil from which the mission takes its name. On October 31st, we hope, the James Webb Space Telescope, the largest telescope ever placed in space with a diameter of 6.5 meters and a light-gathering power many times that of the Hubble Space Telescope, will finally launch. JWST is optimized for infrared observations, which will allow it to study galaxy formation in the early universe in unprecedented